but I finally got back. Finally, actually, it wasn't that long of a wait. It was only a couple of weeks, and it came as expected and came in excellent packing condition. I had two kits. Let me bring these out of here. One was this Monarch, actually three kits. One was this Monarch, the Ghost of Castle Mare kit, which I love. And part of what I loved about this kit is seeing how it's not only could be an individual kit, but you can also buy multiple different joiners to put it together to the Aurora Forgotten Prisoner of Castle Mare kit. So it's basically a joiner kit, if you will. Now, the two kits are separate. And what is up, Brian Sanchez, the Sancharoni, the Sancho Mahini, the Sancho Ruski, the Sancho Ronsky, Sanchansko, the Sancho Man. So this, I sent this off to Neil. I had three of these, and apparently at least one, I'm not sure, I have to check the other two. This one is an original Aurora 1966 kit. I thought it was a remake. It was in really good condition. I think it was still in the wrapping, the plastic. I don't remember, but in any case, it's the original kit. And Neil was good enough to send me back the boxes. He said, "Hey, you want the boxes back?" I'm like, "Yeah, why not? What the hell?" I mean, he not only sent the boxes back, but let me give you an idea of what he did here, just before I show you the work that he's put together. And the neat thing about these kits is Neil was sending me pictures all along the way, and I got to see the kits evolve into what we're going to show you in a moment. So this is the Monarch kit and the Ghost of Castle Mare. And you can see it's basically kind of this ghost on this stairwell into a dungeon, if you will. I love how they made this kind of look like an old Aurora kit, if you will. I never realized that when you get these kits, and Neil told me this today because I've never really gone through them. I usually get most of my kits, as you'll see in here in a moment. Don't mind all the Nosferatu popcorn boxes. Those are for friends, but I buy most of them already made, and they've got that old tester's paint and some kids put together usually. And to be honest with you, hey, what's up, Thomas? Thomas Sawyer, what's up? They're usually already painted, and they're usually done those tester's paint, but these kits are pretty nice. So he even went so far as to put the papers back in between two pieces of cardboard. Let me get a little zoom out on this. There we go. Let's do that. So he put them back in between the cardboard, and this is the original 1966 instruction set. Matter of fact, mail this coupon in 10 cents for your new Aurora full-color 32-page collector's catalog of hobby kits. Pretty sure that won't work anymore, but you can see the thing's mint. I did not realize it was in such good shape that I actually thought this was a remake kit from like Polar Lights or something, but it's not. It's actually one of the originals. So he's like, "You sure you want to build this one?" I'm like, "Yeah, build it. Let's do it." So that was cool. So he did send the boxes back. They're still in perfect shape. I don't think there's any, yeah, this is just the empty box right now. You get an idea, like I said. So side by side, the idea is you would build this kit and then put this kit to the right of it. However, the prisoner's inside the dungeon. He's on the stairwell into the castle, into the dungeon, but there's no piece in the middle. So I've seen multiple renditions of this joiner piece. I bought mine. I was actually on a Facebook group called the Parts Pit, and it's fantastic. There's just modelers in there and guys who collect and all kinds of stuff, and they're very helpful. And that's actually where I came across Neil, and some of the other guys have painted other models for me. And I said, "Does anybody want to put these two kits together, paint and put them together?" I send them right out of the box, and I've had them for years. And so Neil replied, and we talked for a little bit, talked about what he wanted to do. I kind of gave him an idea of what it's going to, what I'd like it to look like. And again, he sent pictures along the way, and I was really happy with the results. Something might have came apart here. We'll see in a minute. So one of the things that happened when I got my kit is, yeah, it looks like that might have come apart. The post office left it outside in the rain, in the snow. Not the postman, not my usual postman. I know it's another one. He left it out there in the snow and the rain, and it sat outside for 2 days in the pouring rain and the snow, which pissed me off. So this is what happens. They also, the wind was so strong, they left it on the front stoop, and it blew like, I don't know, 6 feet in another direction. So it got the shit kicked out of it a little bit. So it looks like we might have to do a little bit of gluing, but that's okay. That's not a problem. Pieces like that I can handle. What I can't do is put the whole thing together. So yeah, so this came off a little bit, and that's totally fine. I'm not worried about that. Let me give you an idea with this. Oops, stay up there. Yeah, he looked like, yeah, it looks like he took a little bit of a beating on from the post office. That's all right. It's all fixable. We can fix it. We can do that, but let me give you an idea what it should look like when we're done here. It'll be something, here we go, like this, okay? So that's what you get. He did a really nice job. He I forget what you call that, dark washed it or something, so it looked old. I told him I wanted the effect kind of what was on the box here. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a little bit of gluing, that's okay. Again, this is what happens when shit goes through the mail and they throw shit around. My usual mailman's very careful with things. The temporaries, no offense, they're real fucking assholes. But the idea is I want to kind of give it that glow and that purplish look to it. You're not really getting a good look. There we go. There you go. Now you get a better look at it. Oh, what's up, Harry? Oh, you were talking about them the other night? That's too funny. That's too funny. Yeah, it took a little bit of a beating from the post office. That's all right. We're going to fix it. It's no big deal. That's easy enough to do. But he did a really nice job. Again, this is the original 66 version. This is not the remake kit. This is the original 66 version. So you're talking this kid is almost, what, 60 years old? It's like 59 years old. I love what he did here, too. He kind of used this kind of glow-in-the-dark color, if you will, that really stands out. And he said, hey, even on the Ghost, he said, I'd like to make that stand out so you can say, I go, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. And I'll deal with all this shit with the little pieces we need to do. That's not a big deal. I can handle that. Neil showed me the finished product. And I'm like, wow, Neil, that is fantastic. So, no, it got broken in shipping, and that's typical of my post office, or maybe along the way it did. I don't know. The problem, again, like I said, yeah, there's a little piece right there. The problem, again, is that they don't always treat these things nicely. So we'll fix that. No big deal. All right, while we're going through that, and I can actually see the little piece that holds the chain to the wall down there. Let's see if the rest made it. This is a bigger part. I'll give you guys a little shot. So this is a bigger partner. He did a really nice job packing it. And in all honesty, what you're talking about is little tiny bit of basically airplane glue, if you will, trying to hold these together while it's being rattled around through postal trucks and thrown. And, you know, to be very honest with you, I worked at UPS in college for a little bit. And, man, I'm going to tell you, after seeing what all these places do with packages in my post office, I'm not terribly thrilled with the way that they do things. So we're just going to kind of get him to balance a little bit for now. And then we'll go back and we'll fix that. We've got the materials, so we kind of get that done. Unwrap. I'm going to do this a little bit off camera here as I unwrap it. It's a little bit easier. I'll use stare at this gentleman who probably hasn't eaten in many, many years. I hope this piece made it okay. We'll see. I mean, wow. Yeah, he really wrapped this up. There's here, give you guys a view. There's tons and tons and tons of this. And I've had this problem happen maybe once, I think, before, where the post office they just fucking beat the shit out of the box. Thank God they didn't step on the box or anything, because these guys have a tendency sometimes to not be so nice with packages. Maybe they have a bad day. I'll let that fall to the floor. Maybe they don't. I don't know. Oops. Maybe they're just assholes. Who the hell knows? But this looks like this came out really nice. So let's get this here. I can work on putting that back together. It's amazing to me that after he said to me, hey, that's an original Aurora. I'm like, no, I think I'm pretty sure it's a remake. He's like, no, that's an original Aurora, man. And I was like, oh, okay. He's like, go build it. I was like, well, I got remakes, but I think I have one more original over there. I don't think I paid that much for it. Normally I would leave these things in the box, mint as is, if it's an original, because, what was I going to say? I don't like the idea of, ruining the, yeah, see, this took a little bit of a beating too. That's all right, we'll fix that as well. Typical post office shit, yeah. So we got a little bit of a mess here we got to clean up. Not too bad. But if you take a look at the model, he did a really nice job painting the model. And so this torch, I'm going to get this back on the wall. What happens is this torch goes up here. And what he did was exactly what I wanted. He spread the light from the torch, kind of give it this yellowish effect with this dark hue. This owl's going to actually sit over here. He's going to go here. This will go up here. We'll fix that. It'll be nice. It'll look real good. And so as you see, this piece here which consists of this door. This is actually, and this little piece back here, you see is purple. Okay, this is actually, let me move this around. This is actually a resin kit that, you know, you got guys who customize action figures, well, you guys who customize models and parts. And so this piece here is actually resin. You can see a little bit there where it was joined. And then it was made to match the floor. And then so what would happen is on this piece, it was actually made to even mold itself. You can see they actually molded it right to fit. Whoever did this did a nice job. I think I know who did it, but I can't remember for sure if it was him. So I don't want to go out and throw out some shout outs to him and find out that's not it. But there's a couple pieces here. So basically what happens is when you're done, you're going to find that this piece will match right into that wall, okay? And then when you join them together fully, right, what'll happen is you have this complete set of the ghost going down the stairs and so on. So we're going to do a little bit of work, just a little bit, a couple pieces came off. You can see this came off here. You know, it's very little glue to hold that piece. It's down there. And we're going to attach that back to the base, no big deal. Then we're going to go ahead and fix that lantern stuff. But I saw the finished product when he sent it to me. It was just phenomenal. And my thing always when doing models is, how do these guys get these things through the mail without them getting broken? Because to be very honest with you, I just can't see anything getting through that's this delicate, you know, without, there's a little piece that goes to the chain up there. But I never see how these guys can do this. I don't care how much they wrap them. You can cover them in fucking foam, but that's the kind of shit that goes on. But I thought he did a really nice job. So he gave the ghost highlights. If you take a look, he kind of gave them these. Let's turn off the light. I don't know if there's going to come. No, it doesn't work any better. But he kind of gave them this glow color highlight. It's not glow in the dark. It's just the highlight color makes it look like it's a ghost, and I love that. It's got the hand coming out. He did a nice job. I'm very happy with what went on here, and I can't wait to get this thing into the glass case over there, which is a bit of a pain in the ass to do. But what's Harry saying? So I had all the originals. Wow, 15 of them. Wow, Sale, which is a mummy creature. Wow. Aurora put those out when I was a kid. No, it's Godzilla. Never seen that one. Okay, so this is not an Aurora. This is actually a Monarch kit, and this was made right to be a companion kit to the Forgotten Prisoner Castle Mare. This is the ghost. So Monarch, somebody came in, made this kit, and then you would just have basically the ghost and there was no door. Like I said, this is a resin kit add-on. So these are styrene plastic, right? It's kind of that typical, you remember the models as a kid, that breakable plastic. It's relatively fragile. This is resin. That's a molded kit. And you know, one of the things about these kits, they may not realize this, even in the styrene, but more sometimes in the resin, is that you need to take take some of there's flashing usually has to come off. It needs to be sanded, it needs to be done, you know, and the idea is to paint. Like if you look, like he even made the door knocker look brass. Again, it's not so great in this light. Very, very nice stuff what he did here. Made the door look old. He said, I want to kind of give it that old look, and I love it. I love how this stands out. He did the same thing on the prisoner sign where it stands out, and I love how he did the purple thing. So if you take a look at this, the effect, you see the torch with the yellow, and then it goes into the purple, and then they bleed the purple here. And I saw somebody, and I'm not going to lie, I didn't think of this as, oh, this was my idea. I saw somebody who had that picture from, I think they posted in the parts pit at one point. I said, my God, that's exactly how I want them to look. It was a matter of eventually just reaching out and find somebody that did that. So we're going to get that all back together. Once I get it back together, I'll put a couple more pictures up to show, but I give you an idea of what we're doing here. All right, so do any of you guys collect models? And you guys, I guess we could turn this around. Oh my God, there's the part you don't want to see. And you guys collect models, and you guys into modeling. I am really bad at modeling. I don't paint very well. I can put them together, I can get the glue and stuff in place, but the painting and all that stuff I'm just very bad at. And most of my modeling when I was a kid was planes, tanks, but cars. I think it originally started as cars and planes, but most of them were snap kits. The planes I used to buy snap kits, and then I'd put, God, it was so stupid. I'd put like a paper towel in the back, go upstairs, the second story, open the window, light the paper towel on fire, and then throw it out the window. The plane was dying. But a lot of the kits that I loved when I was a kid, I'll give you a quick look, are more like these type things where you had these Like these are gigantics, and these were by AMT, but the original ones are a much smaller box. These are reissues. And you kind of had this scene that's, it's a cardboard scene, if you will. Somebody else built this. I bought it as this. And then you would have, these things, and they're movable. They're not stuck there. And for me, even the Rodan model, which I'll go around here real quick. So this is a remake of the Rodan model. Okay, it was, you see Godzilla back there. The original Auroras, like the King Kong and some of those you'll see. That's an original Zorro from '66, I think, also. But I had this Rodan model. I never painted it. This is not the one I had as a kid, but I had this model when it came out. I think I got it for a Christmas gift. I put it together. It was a snap kit, whatever. And I didn't glue Rodan I moved him around. He was attacking the city. This became toys. These became action figures for me to play with. Just fun stuff. These are more old Auroras, and I leave them, they are painted. The one thing I did do recently with them is they were very dusty, some of them when they came in and probably sitting on the shelf before I got them in the case, is I literally washed them. I gently ran them under a sprayer and washed off all the dust, and wow, they really took a nice shine to them, if you will. But yeah, so these are some of the model kits. Actually, might as well take a look. I got you guys here. Might as well look. So I've got Forgotten Prisoner Castle Mare. Here's an Osferatu, also made by Monarch. They did a lot of these in the same style as Aurora, as you could see from the other one. And I've got other various models in there. Here's an original Fun Dimensions. I have all four of these. There was the Wasp, the giant wasp, the giant praying mantis, the giant tarantula you saw over there, and then the giant scorpion. Now, everything but the Wasp was redone as Gigantics by AMT. You can see them in the back, and these are the original Fun Dimension ones. This one was not, from what I understand. I don't know if it's true, but what they said is that I guess they lost the mold to the wings or something. I guess they want to resculpt them, whatever. But this was the most expensive one to get. This thing, I don't know what it goes for today, but when I bought this years ago, they wanted $400. I was lucky. Got mine for $140. I don't know how, because they were $400 everywhere. I guess the seller didn't really know what he wanted. But these are, I don't know if these are original. So that's not an original Aurora. Let's see. Okay, so this is a remake. And I think that's also a remake. It could be. It's probably a remake. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I wound up, I was giving Neil a remake. But Neil did a really good job. I'm really happy with it. He does work for other people. If you're looking for somebody, he's in the Parts Pit on Facebook. And I love this set. This is probably one of my favorite sets. I think when I was a kid, I had the Forgotten Prisoner because I'm pretty sure I used to play with it like an action figure. And you can imagine the abuse that let's see, that would be, I think it was about 5 or 6 would put into something, and trying to make a model into an action figure was a little rough. So not exactly something I would probably recommend doing now, but it is what it is. But anyway, that's what we have for today. I thought I'd give you guys a quick view into that. I was very excited for it. I will say this, Harry, the Creature from the Black Lagoon Aurora models are some of my favorites. You could see some of them under there. All of those kits, except for the Aurora remake over there, but all the ones with the creature holding the female, the one where he's swimming and so on, those are resin kits that people had sculpted and sold. And you can find them all over Facebook and eBay and where else you're looking for modeling stuff. Love the Creature from the Black Lagoon. If you can't tell, he's one of my favorites. I mean, I love every rendition of him, the McFarlane one. You name it, I love the thing. Believe it or not, this poster came from Walmart about 15 years ago, $10 in the frame. I'm like, interesting. But yeah, love that. And monsters, I think, have a very special place for people, especially if you're from the 60s or 70s, the golden age of monsters, if you will, or modeling and so on. It was a lot of fun, a lot of good stuff. And, putting the monster movies on all the time was just great. Had a lot of fun doing that and so on. But yeah, very excited. Thank you, Neil, so much for putting this together. I truly appreciate it. Check out, you can find Neil. He's on, you'll find him in the Parts Pit, if you will. He's probably in a bunch of other modeling groups, but it's Neil. I say Morea, it might be Morea, but it's Morea. he does some commission work for other people too regularly, he said. So if you're looking for somebody to do a nice job and take the time, I mean, he sent me so many pictures as he was doing the work. And what do you think of this, Lou? Here's what I want to do. And I was like, Neil, do whatever you think is best, my friend. You get to work and do your thing because I trust you to do it, over me. And he was great. He was very communicative. And here's what I got. And as a matter of fact, I didn't even know the model was here. He texted me today, messaged me today and said, hey, how do you like the model? I'm like, didn't get here yet. He's like, yeah, it said it was delivered. And when I looked, he showed me the delivery was Thursday. And I went outside and it was, the wind blew it in the bushes. And, it's just a mess around here. We had some pretty strong wind and some bad weather, but love it, love it, love it. So we're going to get those last couple pieces fixed up in there. We're going to join the two together. I'll get some pictures up. You can find some of the pictures. They'll be up in MyMegoLike if you want. If you haven't liked the videos or the channel or subscribed, that's okay. You don't have to. But if you want to, feel free. And if you have anything you want to comment, feel free to do it. Harry, I love watching your videos when you're going around checking stuff out, which is cool. And for the rest of y'all that have been watching, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Sanchez, Sawyer, you guys are always welcome. For the rest of you that are out there, have a really good rest of your weekend.